Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Welcome to the online session with the new lesson. Name of the lesson is The Science of Silk. So please open your reading writing workshop book, pages from 338 to 341. Name of the lesson, The Science of Silk. So you can see on page 338, that's the first page of your textbook, and the essential question that you can see on the bottom of that page: how do people benefit from innovation? How do people benefit from innovation? So innovation means something new. Read how innovation in silk production have made this once rare cloth available to many people. Rare means unique, that was not available easily. So what happened that now this silk and unique cloth being available across the globe? And the genre of this text is expository. So this text is expository text. Informational text expository. The science of silk is in expository text. And what does mean by this? In expository text may provide an explanation of a scientific process and its history. That's one point. Point number two would include in expository text features such as photographs with captions, diagrams, and maps. So these are the main characteristics and features of in expository text. We discussed before in literary terms. Find the text evidence. I can tell the science of silk is in expository text because it explains how the process of making silk developed over time. The photographs illustrate topics in the text. Illustrate means to show. The diagram helps me understand a natural occurrence discussed in the text. The map shows me the locations of places named in the text. So these photographs and diagrams will show and will expose to you the origin and the detailed study of this silk, the science of silk. Look at the picture. That's from your textbook. Now silk is in the center, and with that center is China. This is 3,000 years before. So from China it started developing to 300 AD, and Domini, Persia, India, then it's went to Korea and Japan. That was a secret for 3,000 years. Chinese sericulture spread to Korea about 200 BC, before Christ, to India, Japan, and Persia about 300 AD. Expository texts sometimes explain how parts of a process are related. You may need to read portions of The Science of Silk to make sure you understand the description of a process that is new to you. So it will explain different parts, how they connect, that you might understand in a better way. So find text evidence in the text in the lesson you will find you may not have understood why people supply food for the larvae that are used in producing silk. Read A Better Silkworm on page 339 of the Science of Silk. So you can read on page 339, and the heading is A Better Silkworm. So you would find how the larva, the fly, that how can the people supply food for the larva, which later on use in making and producing silk. That how is the process? It is in your textbook. Page 339, I read. When you read, you will find the same. I read that most moths fly. So the fly actually, most moths fly eggs to find places with food for their larvae, but that Bombyx mori is unable to fly. Bombyx mori is a silkworm, is a fly which make silk. I can infer from this that silk moth larvae would not survive if humans did not supply food. So Bombyx mori is unable to fly, and I can infer, I can deduce, I can derive, I understood from that point of view that if it is not unable to fly, if it is not able to fly, unable to fly, then if humans don't provide food, so it couldn't survive. Now in expository text we have the concept of cause and effect. An author may organize an expository text to show the cause and effect relationships. Something cause, it has effect. This is a concept in science, and in all life you would find cause and effect. Something happens because of something. Humans provide foods to Bombyx mori, that silkworm, so they start producing silk. That is the cause and effect relationships, and it usually happens in the expository text. Among parts of a process, explaining various steps in a process achieves specific results helps readers understand why the process evolved the way it did. It progressed, it developed, that process of making silk. You can see here the picture again, it's been taken from your textbook, Silkworm Life Cycle. Now it starts from pupa, larva cell, pupa. This is larva silkworm, pupa, then adult moth, fly, and then eggs. And you can see the eggs on the leaves. Find text evidence. Find evidence that you will find proof and evidence from your text. When I read the section A Better Silkworm on page 339, as we discussed it, when you read you will find. When I read Better Silkworm on page 339 of the Science of Silk, I can look for signal words and phrases. So signal words I have pointed out by read. Signal words are used in expository text. And what are signal words? Because, such as because, so, and as a result. So because, so, as a result, to help me identify why Bombyx mori was bred for use in the silk production process. They've been used, these fly, these moths. Context clues. Reference context clues like hints and signs. When reading in expository text, you can use context clues to verify the meaning of unfamiliar or multiple meaning words. We look for clues that show cause and effect relationship. So here should be cause and effect. Cause and effect relationship. Because from clues we can come to know the meaning. find text evidence. For example, I was not sure of the meaning of the word filament. Filament on page 340 of the Science of Silk. This is the word filament. What does it mean? If you don't know, so you can infer, because you look at the contextual meaning of the whole lesson, then you can infer and derive your own meaning. Context clues in the sentence indicate that the long filament is the result or effect of unwinding a single cocoon. So I think filament means a very thin fiber. So that's the meaning. A very thin fiber. Filament means a very thin fiber. The filament from a single cocoon can be 3,000 feet long, and when it is unwound means unfastened. So from a single that moth fly, it can be unwrapped up to 3,000 feet long. So you can imagine how capable they are of making this silk. The silkworm makes silk. Homework. Read the lesson and write meanings to the difficult words and phrases by using dictionary. Hopefully you might have got an idea about this lesson. Please focus on reading the text. Thank you very much and have a nice day.